Welcome to My Health, My Way, a podcast dedicated to empowering and supporting women living with endometriosis, adenomyosis, and infertility. We are your hosts. I'm Alana, Marketing Business Manager, and Sarah, a functional diagnostic nutrition practitioner. We are here to bring you stories and insights from a holistic perspective. Our aim is to foster a sense of community to help you navigate the challenges and triumphs that come with these conditions. Get ready to embark on a holistic adventure with us. Welcome to My Health, My Way, where health meets functional wisdom. Hi Sarah, we are back today and we are now going to talk about one of the last tests that you like to do, and that is a Bioscan. It's a bioresonance testing.
Yep.
Can you tell me what is a Bioscan and how exactly does that work?
Yep. It's my absolute favorite test.
Yeah?
Yes.
Save the best for last?
I would say that HTMA is great for the fact that it gives us so much information, and the Bioscan would be, perhaps one of my favorites next to the HTMA. Because it's such comprehensive testing, okay? So it looks into lots of things, and we'll talk about that today. But energetic testing looks at your body's energy patterns to detect stress and imbalances. So every organ, cell, system in the body communicates through electrical signals. Okay. And disruptions in those signals can point to dysfunctions before disease sets in.
Right.
So just like an EKG or EEG, the Bioscan reads the body's energetic responses to stresses like toxins, infections, nutrient deficiencies, or emotional strain. It is non-invasive and it provides a real-time view of where your body may be overwhelmed or what it's asking for, where it's asking for support the most right now in this moment.
And how does the Bioscan actually measure this? Is it scanning my energy field, or is it my organs? What is it doing?
Yeah, it scans your energy field,
okay.
So not your actual physical organs. So every part of your body has a frequency.
Yep. And
the Bioscan sends low-level signals to see how your body responds.
Okay.
So it's reading the energetic kind of software of your body to find where imbalances or stress patterns exist. Even if symptoms haven't fully developed yet.
Okay.
So it picks up more on stress patterns overall.
What type of issues or imbalances can it pick up on?
It detects stress in organs like your liver, thyroid, adrenals. And again, I love running the HTMA and the Bioscan together because they often paint a very, very clear picture. So if I see the adrenal burnout on a HTMA, it'll always show up on a Bioscan as well.
Right. Yep.
And obviously, any kind of thyroid stress, those kind of things, they usually always correlate. Gut health, digestion, nutrient absorption. So if we're low in any kind of nutrients, but also why we're low. So we have enzyme deficiencies or things like that, a low HCl, that would pick all of that up. Toxins, things like mold, parasites, heavy metals. So this is the kind of test I utilize for looking whether someone resonates with parasites or other toxins, pathogens, bacteria, rather than utilizing something like the GI map for parasites. I find that this one is way more accurate. Also infections, viral, bacterial, fungal, emotional stress, or any blocked healing pathways. Gives a functional whole body view, okay? So it's really, really helpful.
It's very comprehensive.
Yeah, it is. It's very comprehensive. And what's funny too is sometimes clients miss to tell me certain things. Like, they may have not told me that they were once infected with something like Epstein-Barr virus or, other things. And the Bioscan will pick it up and they'll be like, how'd the test know that?
Yeah.
It's like, oh, it's that sensitive. It'll pick it up. Yeah. If you were ever infected with things like Lyme or, other things, it'll pick it up.
It'll pick that up.
Yeah.
What's the difference between energetic stress and something that shows up on a regular blood test?
Energetic stress is often earlier stage dysfunction. So it can kind of show up earlier than, I guess, anything will show up on labs or, blood tests, even if, it's already affecting how you feel. Because, how many of us have had bloods taken? We feel awful, but it's not showing.
Yeah.
Nothing is really showing. I was almost bedridden pretty much and my bloods were still fine.
Yeah.
It's super helpful, is it? It's not. And this is where these kind of tests can really, really pick up on dysfunctions far earlier than, blood tests might say your thyroid's fine, but the BioScan will already show stress in that area. Yeah. So we know we need to support it.
So does it diagnose diseases, or is it more of a directional tool for you?
It's not for diagnosis at all, okay? So I don't diagnose, these tests don't diagnose any conditions whatsoever. It's a directional tool, okay? It simply helps us uncover imbalances and, points to systems that are under stress and then possible disruptors like things like toxins, infections, things like that. So it gives us more of a roadmap, someone's healing and the things that need to happen in more of a step-by-step approach. Yeah. It's not for any type of diagnosis.
Yeah. And how accurate is it, and how should we interpret the results that we get from this test?
It's incredibly helpful. It's very accurate in picking up stress, but it obviously needs to be interpreted with clinical context. So understanding, the client, the history, their symptoms, and then it's not like this, obviously yes or no diagnosis about patterns. Okay, we want to understand patterns. And this is why we look at different tests as well. Obviously, I don't just utilize any kind of test in isolation. I like to correlate between the different labs that I'm looking at to understand the bigger picture of how someone has gotten themselves into the ill state that they are in. Yeah. We want to understand the history and how we got there, because only then can we truly help someone heal long term. Yeah. If we don't understand how we got there, we're still just patching up and we're still just band-aiding based off of symptoms. But if we can understand what perhaps may cause some of those symptoms, then we can support that. Yeah.
Is this test something that you can do while you're pregnant, and is it something that you would do on children?
Yes. Yep. Very, very safe to do. While you're pregnant. I have done this test on pregnant clients as well as on children as well. It's a fabulous test on children because we just use a little bit of hair and saliva. Yeah. And so it's great.
It's nice and easy. Yeah. Now, what does it mean when a system is only functioning at 40 or 60%? Is this something that we should be worried about if these test results come back like that?
The percentages reflect how well that system is coping. Okay, so if it's not like, that's how damaged it is. It's basically if it reads like 40% in, your nervous system or things like that, it might explain, some of your fatigue or, brain fog or sluggishness and things like that. If your metabolism is down, it's how well or I guess not well that system is coping. And then it kind of peels back the layer looking into what is affecting these systems, okay? Overall, what system is most stressed, and then what are the imbalances and what are some of the toxins that are contributing to the stress in the body. Yeah. So the Bioscan is like that, is a bit like layers of an onion where we keep peeling back, looking into, what's stressed, what other systems in the body are contributing to that stress, and then what nutritional deficiencies and hormonal imbalances, but also pathogens and toxins are contributing.
Why does it say systems like adrenals, thyroid, and drainage pathways are stressed?
Because these systems usually take the brunt of chronic stress, poor sleep, toxicity, or infection. Yeah, that's why. Yeah. Okay. That's why we often see them so stressed. If they're showing stress, it means that they're like overloaded or under-supported. Okay. So I always say when nutrients are down, toxins are up. Okay, so we often see that clear picture of overload and under-supported. Supporting those systems often is the missing piece when someone feels burned out, bloated, or inflamed. Oh. And actually understand, where do we need to throw the support at? Because sometimes, when we come to me and say, I've already done all this gut healing. I'm like, okay, you've done a lot of gut healing, but has anyone looked at your nervous system? Yep. Has anyone looked at what specific nutrients your body is, screaming out for? Has anyone looked at, how much, oxidative stress your body is under, and, what's your, imbalance between antioxidants and pro-oxidants? Like, have we actually looked at the whole picture? Have we just looked at the gut? Like, yes, health starts within the gut, and I think that's often where we like to start. But then what supports gut health as well? Looking into the nervous system, but also looking into minerals, again, which goes back to the whole let's fix the environment and not just go in with killer mode. Like, this is why I run the tests I run, because just doing gut healing isn't always it, because there's more to it.
Yeah.
No, definitely. It's a very much a overall overarching thing. You can't just look at one and go, well, I'm just going to heal this and then I'll be feeling better. There is so many different things that you really do need to look at if you want that optimum health, if you really want to make sure you're feeling better. Now, the report says that someone might have a resonating bacteria or virus. Does this mean that they're infected with that?
Not necessarily. It means that the body is responding to or recognizing that pathogen's frequency. So it might be an old exposure, a low-grade burden, or something the immune system is actively addressing. So we won't gather that specifically, but this is, why I like additional testing sometimes, or, sometimes a follow-up test or a blood test can also be helpful.
Before we jump back into the second half of our show, I would like to share how you can work with Sarah. As a functional diagnostic nutrition practitioner, Sarah takes a holistic root cause approach to your well-being. Say goodbye to merely treating symptoms and hello to uncovering the root causes of your health challenges. Sarah utilises cutting-edge functional testing to get to the heart of the matter and design a personalised plan just for you. Just remember, she's only a click away. You can connect with her on Instagram under Nutriroot_health for valuable insights, health tips, and a peek into the world of functional diagnostic nutrition. If you're more of an email person, drop her a message directly at sarah@nutriroot.health.com.au. That information will be in the show notes.
Don't miss out on this opportunity to work with me, your dedicated health detective.
Now let's dive back into the second half of our podcast. Stay tuned for more intriguing conversations.
Now, there's mold and parasites showing up in the report from the Bioscan. Could this be driving fatigue or digestive issues? We know that mold and bacteria can be massive issues in the body.
Oh, absolutely. I see so much a mold illness amongst my clients that it's often a huge contributor to fatigue, but also to, the hormone disruption, because mycotoxins are hugely disruptive to our hormones, specifically estrogens, because mycotoxins are very estrogenic by nature. So they really, really like to cause havoc on hormonal balance, but also overall health. Mycotoxins are quite disruptive to overall functions, liver health, gut health, etc. Parasites, as we know, can, cause something like IBS quite easily. I've had clients, that, absolutely, IBS for, 10 years and never really been able to fix that. And we go, oh, it's probably, this type of bacteria and this type of parasite and these mycotoxins that, let's address that. Yeah. Oh, I don't have IBS anymore. Yeah. So, obviously these can all be contributing factors. But understanding exactly what it is and then understanding how to address that is really, really important. Not just what are we dealing with, but, let's do it right.
Yep, absolutely. Now, how do metals like aluminium and uranium show up energetically, and how can someone detox these safely out of the body?
These show up when your body is carrying a burden or trying to release them. So safe detox always starts with opening drainage and detox pathways, like I said earlier. And then also, again, those heavy metals, more about mineral balance than truly forcing a detox on someone. So we often go in more with like gentle binders at later stages though. Because obviously if we go in with something that binds us, we definitely want to make sure that drainage is open and your body can actually release those, those toxins. And I often see these kind of heavy metals also, stored in fat tissue. The body likes to store certain heavy metals in fat tissue. Mm-hmm. And this is sometimes where we can see some, weight loss resistance as well, because the body doesn't like to release a toxic burden if it can't truly release it.
Drain it.
And if it can't drain it. So we just hold on to it. And so no diet in the world sometimes fixes that unless we concentrate on, I guess, more so being a healthier version of ourselves than being restrictive.
What does it mean if nutrients like glutamine are low energetically? Can't we just take a supplement? Is that the way to fix that?
Basically, it means your body isn't utilizing or absorbing that nutrient well. That's usually what the nutrient deficiencies show on a bioscan. Okay, we're not really getting enough, or it's not utilizing them properly. Sometimes simply taking a supplement may not help if the gut lining is damaged or stressed, or there's other, things that are stressing that area out, or it's blocking absorption. So we need to also figure out why is a certain nutrient low. And I think this is where we, like to, I guess, run tests to look into nutrient profiles and just give someone that nutrient. But understanding why someone is so low in certain nutrients can sometimes be more important, because this is where that digestive dysfunction comes in, and actually looking, do we have low HCl stomach acid? Do we have low enzymes, probably as a result of that low HCl output? These things go hand in hand. And if that's present, just taking a nutrient doesn't fix the actual function that is, not working optimally. Sometimes doing both is a good approach, to give that nutrient while you're working on the digestive dysfunction, making sure that you don't have to continuously take that supplement, because that's how people end up taking supplements for years and years. I see this a lot. People come to me with lots and lots of supplements, from the naturopath or whatnot. And I've personally done it myself. But you remove those supplements and they figure out, actually, I'm not really much better when I don't take those supplements. Yeah. We haven't fixed functionality. Yeah. Okay, we've been patching it up. So that's what I see a lot.
Yeah. Now, once we get the results from the Bioscan, what are the next steps?
Once we get the results, I do a personalised protocol based off of the findings. Yep. Okay, so we're going to look at where's the body hugely stressed, where is it truly asking for support, and we will then do a bit of a step-by-step approach. I usually do a foundational protocol where we're just giving all the nutrients that the body is really screaming out for. And we're obviously supporting the gut and the liver, and if there's obviously adrenal. Most women have some type of adrenal burnout, but understanding what the body's truly wanting, and come from a really, really supportive approach. Within that first month before we even got those test results, we would already worked on lifestyle, nutrition, and all of that. And then we kind of see within over a month or 4 to 6 weeks a period, how someone is responding to the supplements, what changes they are, feeling, whether we can, increase energy as a result, which is what I like to see. Yep. When energy goes up and someone sees improvement in, with their symptoms, we can then start to address some of these pathogens and toxins in a systemic manner. Okay, and we usually start off with a parasite cleanse, because parasites can hold on to a lot of other pathogens and toxins as well. They like to act like a bit of a sponge. So this is why doing it backwards and doing like multi-toxins before a parasite cleanse is not very effective and shouldn't be done. So it's really about understanding the order of operation that we have to do these things in to be successful long term.
That makes sense. Now, if somebody has been told everything looks normal, you're in normal range, how can this test help if they're still feeling just so unwell?
The Bioscan reveals what's out of balance on, I guess, an energetic level. So it'll still pick that up even if your bloods come back normal. Okay, so any type of stress it'll pick up, even before it becomes any kind of diagnosis or disease or a label, it'll pick that up way before your bloods may even become out of range.
Yeah. Are you able to share any client success stories that have used the Bioscan?
Oh, yeah, plenty. But I'll pick one, because one of my clients came to me and she was, chronically fatigued, which was one of her main symptoms, but obviously lots of hormonal imbalances, period issues, and she just really had been going around circles, also trying to conceive again. She already had 2 little ones, 2 little boys, but she was really, really struggling, even to the point where she just wouldn't take the boys anyway. She just didn't have any kind of energy whatsoever. So we ran the Bioscan, and she kind of lit up a little bit like a Christmas tree when it came to the mold part. It was this mycotoxin and that mycotoxin and that mycotoxin. I was like, oh, okay, we've got a bit of a mold issue here. And I asked her, and I said, are you aware of living in any type of mold? Is there any water damage? And she said, oh, not really, but one of the rooms had a little bit of water damage, and the wooden floor was a bit warped, and that was kind of like a red flag to me. I'm like, wow, why is it warped? Like, that tells me obviously, we have a bit of a water issue there. And she said, oh, yeah, well, they were meant to take care of it, but, the real estate, they haven't really done anything. And so we went down, long story short, eventually went down the path, obviously, making them do something about it. And all of the walls and the flooring, everything was, pulled open. and they saw all of the colors of mold that you could potentially imagine. There was the purple, there was the greens, there was the grays, the blacks, the whites. So all of the different colors of mold were growing in their home. Her two boys had asthma, eczema, all of that. So they moved out of the home very, very quickly. And she said it was amazing how many symptoms just disappeared within a matter of weeks.
Yeah.
Just by moving out of that home.
Yeah.
Her boys, eczema improved within a matter of, a couple of months, no more coughing. And she said they also had, or one of her boys had developmental delays. All of a sudden he, started improving with his speech and things like
wow,
that.
That's great.
And she said they just weren't growing. And within a couple of months, she had to buy the boys all new clothes because they just started growing. They were only like 2.5 and I believe about 4, so they're quite young. All of a sudden they started growing, and she just,
she's all from mold.
And it was all from mold. And I remember her saying, I could have kept going around for years and years and years, and I wouldn't have known that we lived in toxic mold, which is what the Bioscan picked up. The chronic fatigue took a little bit longer to work on with her. It was really, really persistent. Her body was really run down, really depleted. She was really, really struggling. But a lot of symptoms did improve immediately, which was great. And she also did a follow-up blood test because she wanted to know, obviously, what specifically the levels were. And there was a lot of levels in the red. So really, really high amounts of mold in her blood. But then also they had the ERMI test done in the home. And it was pretty much deemed, you cannot live there. Yes. It was that bad. And that's what they lived in. Yeah. The toxic levels were that bad that it was such a health hazard that basically they should have never lived in that, but they did.
Yeah.
And the Bioscan picked that up. So
wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing. That is just so fantastic. Well, I mean, and not only did it help her, it obviously helped her children and her husband. And, so it's a knock-on effect, even though it is the one person getting the scan done. And it's let's be honest, it's usually mum or a woman going, this is not right. I need to find out what's going on. And then the knock-on effect for the entire family, just for her children is just amazing. So
it was.
What a great
wonderful.
Story. Yeah. Well, thank you so much for going through all the different testing that you do. I hope that it's cleared up anything for anybody listening. And if they want to work with you and get one of these tests done, then just follow our show notes, have a look at your information, and they can book a call with you.
Absolutely.
Awesome. All right. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks.
And that's a wrap for today's episode. We hope you enjoyed the enlightening discussions and insights. If you're ready to take charge of your health journey and unravel the mysteries of endometriosis, adenomyosis, and infertility, don't forget to connect with Sarah on Instagram at Nutriroot_health, or shoot her an email at sarah@nutriroot.health.com.au. That will be in the show notes as well.
Remember, your health is an ongoing journey, and I'm your detective, ready to help you crack the case. Stay tuned for more exciting episodes, and until the next time, take care of yourselves.